So we're back with race 2 of the men's individual B-sprint quarterfinals. This is the decisive race between the Spanish pairing of Jose Enrico Portocarrero and his pilot Jose Antonio Villanueva Trinidad, because they took the first race against the Greek pairing of Christos Stefanakis and Konstantinos Troulinos. One more for the Spanish side, and they're going to be going into the semi-finals. Another defeat for Greece, and they'll be into the race for, well, respectively 5th, 6th, 7th or 8th position, but certainly their chance of a medal will be over unless they come good against this talented Spanish side of Portocarrero and Villanueva Trinidad. 6 laps to go. The action normally kicks in on the last lap, but as we saw in the last race with Japan, who certainly went early and surprised their Dutch opponents of Rene Oost and Patrick Bos. Initiative is going to have to be seized, certainly on this occasion, by the Greek side if they're going to have a chance against this talented Spanish pairing. Heading into the last lap, and this is where Greece have to take initiative, but they fail to do that, and Spain will come flying past, and there's going to be no problem at all for Portocarrero and Villanueva Trinidad to qualify for the semi-finals by winning 2 out of their 3 races against the Greek pairing of Stefanakis and Troulinos. So delight for that Spanish team, but disappointing for Christos Stefanakis and Konstantinos Troulinos of Greece, who had no answer to the Spanish power in that second race of the quarterfinals of the men's individual B sprint. Home crowd looking forward to seeing this next race between Neil Facci and Barney Story against the Argentine pairing of Alberto Lujan, Nat Kemper and Jonathan Itahurat. Facci and Story taking the first race in the best of three, one more, and the home riders into the semi-finals, along with the other British team of Anthony Capp and Craig McLean already through. So we're underway with 6 laps to come of this individual B sprint, and as in the last race where the Greeks were down by 1 race to Spain, the Argentine pairing here know that they have to win this race to stay in the hunt for the medals, and they're going to have to think about taking the initiative rather in the manner of the Japanese side against Holland a couple of races ago. It's a game of cat and mouse between these two teams. Facci and Story keeping a very good close eye on Nat Kemper and Itahurat. Story, the pilot of the British tandem bicycle. Jonathan Itahurat, the pilot of the Argentine bike. We're heading into the last lap, and this is where Argentina are going to have to make their move if they're going to stay in this competition. But they don't have the power, it seems, to live with this British pairing of Facci and Story, who come powering through to sail home comfortably and record their second victory, and that puts them into the semi-finals alongside the other British team and also Spain, to the delight of the home crowd, increasingly passionate and knowledgeable about the sport of cycling at the London Velodrome. So 2 British pairings in the semis already. Spain are through. And the next one or even possibly two races will decide whether it's Japan or the Netherlands who join them in the final four. And like Greece, the Argentine pair of Nat Kemper and Ito Rath will now go into the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th position at these London Games. But here comes the power of the British team as they came round the bend, heading into the home straight, roared home by this passionate British crowd. And delight as well for the pairing as they motor into the semi-finals of the men's individual B sprint. So it's a pressure race coming up for the Dutch pair of René Oost and Patrick Bos, having been somewhat caught on the hop by the Japanese riders Toshiyuki Yoshiro and Yashifumi Ito in that first race. They took the initiative some 500 meters out and held on to the lead to hold off the hotly fancied Dutch pairing. So one more win for Japan and they're into the semis. One more defeat for the team in orange, and it's an exit from their chances of recording a medal position at the London Paralympics. So here we go, best of 6 laps for these 4 riders. The Netherlands being caught out once. Are they going to get caught out again, or are they just going to say, you know what, we're going to the front, we're going to stay here. Time for you to chase us. Both teams playing a very cagey game every time. You may have noticed the Japanese inch their way up the track. They're shepherded by the Dutch side. The Japanese then show the Dutch team the inside, and the Dutch team follow down. The advantage of being at the top there, of course, is that you can suddenly put a sprint on and gain momentum coming down, which is, I think, the tactic the Japanese team are planning to employ, seeing as they're holding the top of that track. They certainly know if they get ahead, they have got power. They did that before. Now the Dutch side have got to respond in kind, because we're heading into the final lap, and like in the previous race between these two, it's the Japanese who've gone out ahead. Here come the Dutch. But they're not going to make it, and that's going to put Japan into the semi-finals. Something of a shock with the exit of the Dutch side from the medal positions. And that means that the Dutch side are going to race off for 5th and 6th place against the Greek team. So Japan joining Spain and the two British teams in the semi-finals of the men's individual B sprint. Recording the highest speed as well, 66.109 kilometers an hour. Toshiyuki Oshiro and Yashufimi Ito. But for Rinne Oost and Patrick Boss, disappointment on the velodrome at these games. And that was the decisive move by the Japanese side, who came down from the bank to take the lower part of the track and take the initiative. And again, with a lap and a half to go, it was an out-and-out sprint, and the Dutch pairing simply couldn't respond in time. So smiles around for Team Japan after that win, and congratulations as well from the coaching staff of the Dutch side as they look forward to their semi-final later today. Well, stay with us on this channel, because there is more cycling to come in a few minutes' time. We've got the mixed C1 to C5 sprint qualification. 10 teams competing. Ireland, Italy, New Zealand, Germany, Australia, the Czech Republic, the United States, Spain, Great Britain and China. That's a race that's coming up later. We've got to wrap up, of course, the men's individual B sprint. Spain already through to the semi-finals. Race number 3 against the Greek pairing. Christos Stefanakis and Konstantinos Troulinos against Jose Enrico Portolareo and Jose Antonio Villanueva. Trinidad, the pilot of the Spanish team. Konstantinos, the pilot of the team in blue. Hellas, the Greek team.
Yeah, interesting news from the last match between the Netherlands and Japan. And news from Paul says a decision here. The Japanese have been relegated from their second victory that was for not having held their line during the last 200 metres of the race. So that means that the victory in the second leg goes to the Netherlands. Therefore, there will be a decider between the Netherlands and Japan.
As the sports track racing, and those things do happen, and those are the things you need to pay attention to. You must keep your line in the straight, very important. You will not repeat that mistake, that is for sure. So right now, as you see on the scoreboard, once again, let's see if the Spaniards still have a feeling that they expended a lot of energy. They spent a lot of energy on that last sprint. Yes, slow down to the last 150 meters and they go out and go to the score. And there's also that psychological side. It's like you think you've won, you've won the race, you know, you gotta get back on the track to race again. So those are part of the dynamics of being a track racer. But look at that inspector.
So no problems at all for the Spanish pairing of Porto Ladeo and Villanueva Trinidad, thoroughly outclassing their Greek opponents Stefanakis and Throulinos. 3-0, best out of 3 to the Spanish side, sailing into the semi-finals, wrapping up their qualification.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,